Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today it's another video about Nova because things have been going down the drain. They've been getting worse and worse for us and for Nova, which I personally do not care anymore at all about. At the same time, guys, I do have another video currently being edited by me about one of the most infamous German rappers. His name is Moneyboy, if you want to go ahead and spoil yourself. But this video is still being edited and it's going to come out soon. I hope it's going to be interesting. It's a bit different than what I've been doing so far. And we'll see how the video is going to do. But today we're going to watch a video by Bloodspeth, who's been absolutely just incredible in archiving and finding out more about the whole Nova situation. He's the one who interviewed Nova's, as he himself called him, his best friend, and now also has been getting information from some of Nova's neighbors and people that know him, like that are close to him, right? And this video is insane, and things have been just going and going, like they've been snowballing out of control slowly but surely. There are allegations of him killing his own dog. There are allegations or theories of him having an agent, a policeman coming to his house to investigate the death note, death list situation. And that's all going to be talked about in the video, but I just want to shout out Bloodspeth. I'm reacting to his video. It really is a good video. It's only 12 minutes long, so please, guys, if you have the time, go ahead, go up to his video, listen to it. It's super interesting. And I don't even want to take too long now, and let's just react and see what he has to say.
Little hit list he made where my name was in red and underlined. But there is much more than that, including leaks from another person who is messaging Nova. We're going to start off with the neighbors, beginning with these series of messages where lolcalkilla, whose link will be in the description, was asking about the trash around Nova's home. The neighbor replies, yeah, he's too lazy to throw stuff away. His aunt actually comes over almost once a week to make him clean for an hour or so. He throws a little tantrum every time. Sadly, I see it all the time. My wife and I just laugh at it when it happens. Next time I can try and record him. He typically runs inside anytime I'm outside though. Last week I was weed whacking my backyard and I was trying to be as disruptive as possible, but he still continued with his new mic. He posted a video on it. Here's a short clip from the video he's talking about.
I just want to give a little PSA regarding my work number. And this is going to be the real test of my microphone. My neighbor is currently weed whacking and it's really loud. So if this microphone doesn't pick it up, I'm going to be impressed.
He also provided us with a few wonderful images. Here's the first one showing his yard, and oh my goodness. There seems to be a trailer in his yard full of trash and boxes, along with what appears to be 3 mopeds. I think one of them is maybe a motorcycle. Quite honestly, I don't know why he can't just ride those instead of fixing his tricycle, which, oh, don't worry, we'll get into that soon. And here's the second image of Nova gracing his neighbors with the wonderful presence of him shirtless. And before we get...
Sorry guys, I didn't want to pause on this last image. It is just a bit too much. But crazy. So he has someone come in every week to make him clean up his own house, his own mess. Well, his and his mother's house, I guess. I'm so happy for the neighbor who has been giving us all information about this and who has been providing us with, well, necessary pictures and everything. Yeah, and at the same time, I always felt a bit bad for Nova. Yeah, I mean, his house is trashed. Being a hoarder is an actual mental sickness, right? People are forced by themselves to keep on hoarding and cannot throw things away. But I thought this was the case with Nova. But I think slowly but surely, I've come to the realization that no, that's not what is happening to Nova. Nova is just literally lazy. As the guy said, he's too lazy to throw stuff away. There is no real mental sickness here, yeah? He just doesn't care, which I think might be even worse because that means he doesn't care about the stench, he doesn't care about the dirt and just disgustingness that he has in his house. He doesn't care about anything, and he throws a little tantrum every time he has to throw things away. Man, I mean, it just screams entitled. But at the same time, I think with his mom being as sick, nobody taught him to throw things away and be clean, right? At the same time, he grew up on the internet, you know? The internet kind of bullied him, or well, I don't know, the internet was his parents, right? And forcing him to shower and everything. Like, he knows what is right. He knows it. He just doesn't do it because he's too lazy. Also, 3 motorcycles, man. Sell 2 of those. One of them, the red one, even looks nice. Sell it, use it, or whatever. Like, you don't need, which I think we come to further into the video. He asked for money to fix his bike. That's what he said, bike. He actually means his tricycle, to go door dashing with that, even though he seemingly is in possession of 1, 2, 3, 4 motorized vehicles, right? 2 of these mopeds, 1 bike, and 1 trailer tricycle thingy. Just use one of those, and if they don't work, which could honestly be the case, just sell them for parts. I mean, people are gonna buy this. You can make a couple $100 through this, and then just buy yourself a bike, or the repairs for the one that you need, or like one of those mopeds. I mean, they're not that expensive. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know what he's doing, man. Nobody knows. Let's just continue.
Into the detective stuff and all that, I want to play this video that the neighbor took of Nova not even being able to lift a tricycle into a truck bed. Just for some context, around a few months ago, Nova was raising money so he could fix his bike that he was planning to do DoorDash with. I am not sure how he was planning to do that. It's not like he lives in a very compact big city. He lives in like a small town where you have to drive everywhere, so I don't know how he was planning on bike riding DoorDash everywhere, but that was his plan. And it's been that way for a few months now, with no update on the bike because they reached the $300 goal. Only recently he finally gave us an update, and apparently there's a lot more wrong with the bike than just the misaligned chain, per Nova, of course. And this video shows him not even being able to lift the bike onto a truck bed that's like 2.5 feet off the ground, and then he slips trying to get inside of the passenger seat of the truck. And now onto Nova being allegedly under investigation by...
Yeah, I wonder where it comes from. It must be his. Do you guys remember when he was losing so much weight and like these weird sores sprung up on his body? I think like he's probably just weak now. I mean, this old dude next to him came up and basically lifted it up himself. Like, this dude looks, I don't know, 60 or 70. If you cannot lift it yourself with, what is he, like 23? Then that's a testament to, like, something is seriously wrong. Also, I mean, it was a little slip, right, when he went into the truck. But if you slip on things easily, that's also a sign that something is very wrong with your coordination. And I mean, at the same time, look at him. He's not sporty in any case. I don't think he ever does any sports. He did his gym era, which, I don't know, didn't work out. And as everything that Nova does never goes anywhere and nothing ever happens. But, well, until now, actually. Let's just skip to the good part. Until now.
By law enforcement, in which I'm apparently involved in some way. The neighbor says, "The only thing I know for sure is that he is under official investigation. An agent came by the other day and had him in questioning. I don't think he's innocent one bit, but I'm hoping the law enforcement will find justice and get him." It looks like it was the local department, but he did mention the FBI and said if he finds any CSAM, he will get federal charges. From my yard, I can't smell them, but the fire department has come by 4 times in the past 2 weeks, and every one of them wore masks. It is very disturbing over there, his mother and him. Do you know Bloodspeth? The agent was asking Nova a lot about him, His name came up a lot in the conversation, especially when he asked Nova about his hit list and why it was in red writing. He was bright red when my name came up. Definitely triggered him. And here's the provided photo of the detective allegedly talking to Nova.
I'm I'm happy for this detective that he was able to sit outside. I mean, the stench must be unbearable outside, but it must be toxic if you're inside the house. And nobody who's not been infested could probably survive in there. At the same time, it's crazy that only now, with this hit list that Nova posted, he is being investigated, even though he had allegations of CP and his discords, I think, literally had CP in them. And it just gets to show you that maybe just everything came together and this started the investigation. But at the same time, I think this should have happened way earlier. And yeah, let's see if he mentioned the FBI. I wonder if he's on some watch list, and this is probably a very, very good thing. Nova, he's so oblivious and so ruled by his carnal desires that he would do whatever it takes to get something, to get his fix, right? Whatever the fix is. In his case, it's well, it's most likely wanting to have contractions, if you know what I mean, right? Also, the fire department coming over 4 times. This is something we can find in the posted Bloodspeth here posted, and it's actually really sad, I gotta say. But it's saying that his mom overdosed on weed, according to Nova, and she was sent to a rehab facility. When she came back, she was on a wheelchair, and he had to lift her and roll her, and he couldn't, so she fell down and had to lay in gravel for 30 minutes while the fire department came. And then every single time she comes home from this rehab facility, I guess, she has to go up a ramp, which Nova cannot push her like to. And so he calls the fire department, and they came around 4 times in the past 2 weeks. Most of them wear masks and show visible disgust after leaving the home. Yes, I get them very much, and I'm very, very sad. Here in this picture, and I cannot show it to you, but I can maybe zoom in a bit. Yeah, you can see actually the guy. Literally all of them are wearing masks. I mean, it looks like he's putting it on just now or something, but I wonder if it's mandatory for them. At the same time, why would it be mandatory to wear a mask to just some like pushing a lady up a ledge, right? Yeah, it's just interesting. But also, it's funny the difference between this here, the heaps and piles of trash, and this neat wood being stacked here and the nice lawn, which is so different to Nova's house. At the same time, I gotta say his paint still looks pretty nice. At least his house on the outside, the walls are not being corrupted. And also, his aunt, as I said, comes every month to make him clean, and most often it's his dog's droppings, which is disgusting because he never walks him or takes him outside. So I guess I hope he poos and pees in the garden and not in the house, which would be a serious, serious health hazard. I mean, in the garden is not, especially if he doesn't pick it up, like that's not good either, but that's better than living and sleeping or surrounded by excrements, man. So he door dashes 2 to 3 times a day. Usually 7-Eleven. I didn't even know you can DoorDash from there. Convenience snacks, drinks, random restaurants. Yeah, with how many food reviews he posts, like that's I guess a given, but still 2 to 3 times a day. I mean, that's not only the price. I don't know how it is in the States, but here in Austria, if you DoorDash, the items themselves are more expensive, and you get like the deliverance fee like added on, right? So it's like even more expensive. It must be the same in the States, right? And that just makes Like, that's so much money. If a deliverance, let's just say deliverance fee is $5, right? For every time someone comes, which means 3 times, that's $15 a day without even what he buys, right? And if he goes to random restaurants, that's probably another, what, 20, $23. So that's just like $28, $30 nearly for one-time DoorDash, which is crazy to spend in a day. People spend this much if they, I know, if they cut it up into cheap things, then they can survive a week off of that, right? With buying good groceries. But yeah, crazy. Let's see what the dude has to say about the list and the agent.
I think it's downright hilarious that my name was brought up in an alleged investigation on Nova, especially for that hit list. But don't worry, he's still gonna stand by and say that it was not threatening at all, even though he wrote the names of his biggest enemies down, and one of them specifically, who he hates the most, he wrote it in red and underlined it. Not to even mention the stand your ground threats he made against me. Saying that if I trespass on his property, that he has stand your ground laws, aka he'll utilize deadly force against me. So he's threatening my life on multiple occasions. That's it from the neighbor for now, but trust me, more will come soon.
So, judging by that, Nova is a weird guy. We all knew that, and I don't know what his goal is. At the same time, there is some new allegations, and there's some new development in his whole story, which has just been crazy and crazier these past few weeks and months, to be honest. Everything has been going crazy with him and just snowballed out of control. And now it's the allegation that he allegedly killed his own dog by kicking it. As of now, there have not been too many new news about this, and I think in the next few days, a bit more information is gonna come out. And when that does come out, we're gonna talk about it, obviously, because that is something that's very dear to me. Dogs are some of the cutest animals on earth. You should not ever hurt any of the cute and other animals, but especially not dogs. You know, they're our best friend, and I do believe that. But yeah, that's been all for the video today. Guys, stay tuned. More things are gonna come out, and also more videos. And if you're down to hear some of the other videos and watch some of them, especially about some German rapper guys, then tell me in the comments. I always love to read your comments, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good night or have a good day.